One Shot Rock. I love that name.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be called Black Ass. Yeah, I got that from my mom's. You know, I was black ass this and black ass that, all type of black ass motherfuckers. You know what I mean? So, you know, her and my brother, they used to kill me. You know, they both lighter than me. You know, I'm the black sheep of the family. So yeah, they used to, even my friends, you know, man, never forget to let me know. Like I don't recognize I'm black as hell. Yeah, I'm black than a motherfucker. So it's like, yeah, you black ass. You know, we be hiking and shit. You know, I'll be talking about a motherfucker, and they'll, oh, you shut your black ass up. And it used to definitely be striking. You know what I mean? I used to really have a complex about my complexion. You know what I mean? And it took a lot of soul searching to accept my color, then start to love my color, especially with, you know, how the world look at black people, especially dark-skinned people, you know what I mean?
Mm.
So to counteract that, you know what I mean, I accepted my complexion, and I started going by Black Ass Rock, you feel me? And it definitely killed the sting. Like nobody could use that against me no more. You know what I mean?
I could understand that.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit more about your earlier years growing up in Irvington. What was that like?
Wow. It's a lot of exploration back then. Because you know, like when we came up, like, you know, my father and my uncles, you know what I'm saying, they'd be sitting there drinking their beers. Like, yeah, nigga, you know what I mean? Yeah, sip. Yeah, drink some of that. You know what I mean? And, you know, smoke weed and, you know, was all a part of that hippie and that sexual revolution. So, you know, our parents, man, they was, you know, like, especially, you know, my mom, she had me young as hell, 17. So she didn't really have, like, patience and time for it. She was still trying to find out who she was and, you know what I mean, figure out how to survive with two kids as a teenager. So a lot of times, you know, me and my brother, we was left to our own devices, and because of how tumultuous it was in the house, I kind of found, you know, like solace and peace outside. You know, when I went outside, it was the streets. You know what I'm saying? Word up, but my younger years, it was fun. It was definitely exciting. You know what I mean? I remember I remember the first day my mother walked me to school at kindergarten. And, you know, then it was a straight shot. She was like, okay, boy, you see how you got here. Now you know how to get home. And I'm in preschool and shit, you know. I mean, I cried when I first went to preschool, but kindergarten I didn't cry. But I didn't want to be there. I wanted to be home with mommy. But I could remember we had to lay on the floor on the mats. And I'm laying on the floor, you know. So, you know, I'm looking at the other kids, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking around. All of a sudden, it's those pennies. Oh my goodness. So I'm looking around, another one. And I'm like, oh my God, you know what I'm saying? So I look around to you know, see if anybody else looking. I look and I see one little boy he over there, eyes bulging out his head. I'm like, look, oh, he looking. I look at, I see another little boy. And then next thing you know, we looking at each other and we like, yeah. We was friends And we still my brother to this day, you heard? And yeah, we got tight from there. And like I remember we was in kindergarten together, skipped first grade, we was in second grade together. And yeah, that's when it went down, like, you know what I'm saying? I remember my girlfriend, she beat me up, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like I wouldn't do what she said or something, you know what I mean? So she was like, I'm after school. So I'm like, bugging. So after school, she was really waiting for me. So I'm like, whoa, she's serious? So, you know, I'm like, oh man, I ain't beating no girl up. Then she had an older brother, you know. I was like, ah man, this motherfucker might come get me. So, you know what I'm saying? She bunged me up a little bit, you know what I mean? We made up the next day, you know what I mean? But I was kind of intimidated by her, so I had to cut her off. And I had another little girlfriend. She came and she asked me to be my girlfriend and shit. And like she walked up to me and she was like, "You want to be my boyfriend?" I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. I don't know what I was.
So what happened to your first girlfriend then?
I mean, like, she's still my girlfriend. I remember I brought both of them home to my mother. And I was like, hey, Mom, I'm going to introduce you to my old girlfriend, and this is my new girlfriend. I was like,
Wow.
Boy, you don't get your ass out of here. Man, but, yeah, we used to be in school, though. Lunchtime would be me and my man from kindergarten. I ain't going to say his name, you know what I mean? No, you don't want nobody know my name. But anyway, we used to be out there running around with the girls. You know what I'm saying? We be running around, tickle, they chase us down, and we come back, tickle, pat them on the butt. They chase us down. Oh. So the other boys, they be looking like, yo, oh man, them motherfuckers having fun. So they'll go try and tickle and touch on the girl, and the girl go right to the principal or to a teacher and tell on them. And them motherfuckers be like, oh, but she let Rocky do it. She let him do it. You ain't me. You know what I mean? Yeah, we was some wild boys. That's like the crew started. You know what I'm saying? My tight circle started from back then. You know what I mean? I remember my bro Rel. You know what I'm saying? I can say his name because you know what I'm saying. That's my partner in crime. You know what I mean? The first day he came to our school from North. You know what I'm saying? So I can remember, you know what I mean? Because everybody was talking about him in the school, you know? And at the time I was in the 5th grade. And we was outside for lunch in the playground. So, you know, playing ball, you know what I'm saying, with my classmates, you know, we having fun, just being kids. So, you know, this bully, you know, big bully. He just started messing with, you know, one of the kids that's playing ball with me. So, you know, the kid, you know what I mean? Nobody wanted to mess with him. He was a big, burly kid, you know what I mean? And he messing with a little kid that don't hurt, bother, mess with nobody, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I just always had a stand-up spirit to where I never liked when, you know, people take advantage or take tack on the weak, like, you know what I mean? I was little myself, but, you know, my heart, it just tore me up, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm used to being, you know, treated mean and, you know, I hated that. So, you know, I would lash out. But we playing ball, and I can remember, you know what I'm saying, bro, he was leaning on the pole to the basketball hoop. So he watching us play. So, you know what I'm saying, the bully dude, he come over there, you know what I'm saying, start pushing on my man. So, you know, I don't want no problem with him neither, you know what I'm saying? He big dude, I'm little, you know what I'm saying? So he's like, yeah, so I'm like, come on, bro, like, you know, why you messing with him? He don't want no problem with you. So I'm like, man, Rock, shut the fuck up, yo. You always think you talk, you know. So I'm like, yo, we just trying to play ball, you know what I mean? Come on, man, yo, please, leave him alone. Man, fuck you, nigga. So I'm like, all right, whatever. Fuck it, you get on my nerves. Fuck you, fuck your mother, your grandmother. So now everybody like, ooh. So I'm like, what? My grand, like, you know what I mean? Like, moms, I can't take that, but grandma? Oh, hell no. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, bro, listen. Don't talk about my grandmother. So like, nigga, fuck your grandmother. I lost it. Word up. I don't know what I like the cartoons we used to watch, like, you know, He-Man and Thundercats. I have the power. I used to black out like this. And man, word up. Like, it's crazy because Rel was right there laying on the pole. Watch me beat the brakes off of that bully. You feel me? Whereas when the principal come, he trying to grab me, get up off of him. They wasn't guards. They was like lunch aides, but you know, it was men. So they trying to hold me up. Like, not get up off me, you know what I'm saying? So we get in there, whatever. I think I got HFP, took it on the chin. So when I leave, 2 girls from my class like, Rocky, go get the new boy and meet us in the park. You feel me? So I'm like, all right, say that. Walk up to my man like, yo, bro, what's good? My name Rock. Like, Rev. I'm like, 2 girls from my class just told me to come get you and meet them in the park. You feel me? You're like, all right. We ain't going home after school, like, you know what I mean? We went right to the park. We get to the park, meet them. It went down right outside and the broad under the bleachers in back of Irvington High. You feel me? Like, we switching up on like crazy. You know what I mean? Like, this how these girls was back then. We was wild. Boys, girls, it was free for all, but we had a ball.